again, very proud of our kids. Played hard, made plays when we had to make them. Offense was a heck of a drive at the end. Like I say, that team limited your possession-wise. We only had 8 in the game, and they did a nice job of keeping things off balance. But we bent. Still didn't give up the 17 points, which I think is very critical in the game. Offensively, we had the ball 4 times in the first half. We scored 3. The other time was an interception, which we got through our hands, which I still want to see the film on that one a little bit too. We loved. In the second half, we hit a first down, got a penalty, had to punt, backed up, and then we dropped down. We missed a field goal. Then we had another penalty. And we had the ball to midfield there and got behind the sticks and drop a post route down there that we're open on. Then we kicked the game-winning field goal. That was on offense. So again, moved the ball extremely well. Still got to have that. When you get 8 possessions in a game, that's not very many. The drop post and the holding, are critical plays. The guys don't do it on purpose, but you can't make those mistakes in a tight game like that. But that's what keeps it close. But great job by our team. Tremendous drive to eat the clock and the game at the end. Roberto hits the field goal. We centered it up just like we do a lot of 2-minute drills, and we're very proud of the way we use that. Defensively, Ben didn't break. Gave up a couple third downs. That was a critical third down we gave up coming off the goal line. They hit a power play, and we got it bunched up, and it bounces outside, and they get it. And we got to make that play. But still proud. They played much better in the second half, but they did a good job. They ran midline, they ran speeds, they ran counters, they ran powers. They did a really good job of scheming in the off week and the things they did. But at the quarterback scramble a couple times, we lost contain. We didn't lose contain. We had a spy on him, and he got caught up inside. But we had and Roberto even had a missed field. We had a high snap, we threw the timing off, and got a missed field goal. But the games like that, when you don't get many possessions, they're always going to be close games. And very proud of our team, the way we competed in the game, played well, did a good job on third down, scored in the red zone when we got down there. When we got chances to get down there, I thought Casey punted the ball well. I think we only punted though once or twice in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Twice, and where we're at. So, but proud of it. Having a football game, fun one to watch, I guess. But that's the way they go. And again, I'm very proud of our team, the way they competed and played very hard. Got to continue to get better. He got hit right there in his stomach. They were just scared he might have broken the bone right there in the elbow. When he took that shot, so Davis went in and they put him in straight, so he was all right. Just hitting real hard. Jake Pan, Jake's like back on track.
He seemed to still be favoring it though when it was all.
He did. He took a shot now. He took a shot on that bone. So then we went in and checked it out. I mean, make sure that there was no damage when he come back. There's no breaks or anything. He just took a good shot.
Just how tough he is.
Oh, it's tough to come back. And again, he broke the all-time yardage receiving record of our guy. That's last is 1969. Is that right? Or 70? What was his? What was that? That record's 40-some years old. The all-time receiving yardage record tonight. I mean, the shot broke. He has the catches now. He has the yardage. And one left is the touchdown. I mean, that guy's a heck of a player. Thought our seniors stepped up in the game. He and Nick and those guys up front and off of the line ran the ball in the game and really had him running. Protected well, except for a couple of those holding calls. We did have a couple of critical drops. I mean, that post route was a very critical drop. I mean, play that Bobo usually makes a play on, and that was a big one. I mean, that was a big one down the field, and had the over route to Irvin. I can't see. I thought he had a chance to catch that ball, but we'll look at it. But those all get magnified when you don't get many possessions. You know what I mean? When you don't get many possessions, those get magnified.
Coach, some of the fans said they were glad there was a game today in the aftermath of the shooting because it helped the process. What's it mean to you to win a game and sort of help that process?
Well, I mean, that again, a game is nothing compared to what happened the other day. And again, our thoughts and prayers and everything about Florida State, our condolences go out to everyone. But again, I think it is a little. Athletics has a way of starting the healing process, and that's a heck of a one to heal on right there as far as the excitement and just watching battle and fight and scratch and claw and stay there. So I think athletics is so big for the community. People, I don't know if we truly, even me, who's been in it my whole life, I really don't know if we really appreciate how much athletics really holds the community, universities, cities together, because they rally behind them so much. I'm glad. Hopefully we can give a little comfort to some folks that were really suffering. Oh, it has. I mean, we had a couple breakdowns when they started coming all out blitzing some things, and that's going to happen. But he's feeling much more comfortable in the pocket, getting balls and driving them in the ball, getting out of his hand. Makes your read so much better, because when they get clean, you can get through your progressions. You know what I'm saying? And your decision making, it really helps.
2 straight games, Dalvin's had key runs in the last drive for you guys.
Well, I mean, and we blocked well, and he just has that knack. Carlos ran well in the game, but then Dalvin hit those big runs, and then we were checking it back and forth. You let either one of them have it right there, and Carlos did a great job blocking, being himself. You know, how about a senior doing this? Hey, I don't care if that guy's running it, I'll block. Again, it talks about our team, but you know, Dalvin's going to be a heck of a football player. He's really developing into that.
Some people say you're already is.
Jimbo, Rashad, obviously he gets a lot of recognition around here, but you don't ever hear like him for Heisman and all these trucking.
No, it's the Derek Jeter syndrome. I call it. I say that because he's not a boisterous, loud guy. I mean, think about that. We talked about Derek Jeter, and I say that. Guy never won an MVP, never won a lot of individual awards. But you look at his numbers, and all his team did was win, and he was a large contributor and made the plays at critical times in the game. To me, that's what a truly great player. I mean, that's the greatest, and he doesn't want that, right? He just as well, y'all did. He just wish he didn't have to come up here. I mean, not that he didn't like it. He's just a quiet guy. He just packing stuff to home and get ready to play next week. And that's just Rashad.
Dropped a touchdown pass early.
Yeah, he did.
Those things, he just shakes them off.
He shakes them off, and it was just a hair. I mean, it was just good timing, right there in the play. But you know that when you have that much, as I call it, it's not false confidence. You know what I'm saying? Guys can get up and down with drops and catches when you're young. As I call it, whistle by the graveyard confidence. You know what I mean? I got it, but then he and Jameis is like that too. You know what I mean? If they make mistakes, okay, we're gonna get this right. There's true confidence in their abilities.
If you're looking at a game like this, be just as much, give you just as much momentum going into next week.
Oh, no
blowout
doubt.
victory would maybe even more.
No, I mean, we're going to battle. These games are going to be dogfights. People are going to try and be the one that knocks us out, knocks us off. Got nothing to lose. Going to play. They're going to play hard, but learning to play in a physical game, learning to play a tightly low-scored game. All those things. It definitely does. Every time you're in those situations, you learn.
We got time for a couple more questions before we
BC's a really tough matchup for you guys in particular, don't you think? Just the way that their style of play.
It is their style and getting the balls to the edges, and it's just a different. I mean, they were even running midline. I mean, old, bone stuff. But I mean, it's just the old stuff that you don't see very often. But they combine all those things. It's a tough challenge.
Three-point win at home, you're going to hear Satan talk about those.
I mean, we're going to keep playing ball, keep line up, play smart, and keep doing the same thing.
Jimbo, what was the goal with the pistol beginning and then also the no-ball scoring kind of accomplish that?
Well, we've been doing a lot of no-huddle, just getting tempo in the game, and then we got a little rhythm and got going, and got a good start. I thought we got off to a really good start. You know what I mean? And we've done that a couple games already, so they're just things that we felt comfortable with going into the game. Once we hit inside the 30, once we got around that 25-yard line or so, 37, you get to I always say this, the 42-yard field goals, that most everybody is very, very consistent. Once you get that 25, you know what I mean? And then you got the best kicker in the world. I mean, you're going to do that. But then, and I felt very comfortable at the same time for two other reasons. We were making yards in the running game, wanted to be patient, and eat the clock and not give them the ball back. And it was a critical mistake at the end, which I said, I'm getting ready to call a timeout, and he gave me a timeout. That's what I said. I wanted one with about 4 seconds so we didn't have to kick off.
Coach, you said everybody's
Two
trying
more questions,
to
Coach,
knock,
on the radio.
trying to knock you out and knock you off. Florida's going to be playing must-chance last game.
They'll be emotional. They'll be ready to play. They'll come in. I mean, they got a very good team. I mean, that's and a rivalry game. I mean, that's what all teams do. I mean, that's what any opponent. I say that any opponent should do. I mean, that's what I would do.
Did you get an answer on why the referee wasn't letting James snap the ball?
Oh, he said we had changed the running back somewhere. And they.
Jameis told him looked like he'd shoot him away.
Is there any
Next question, please.
Is there any
Question is, the way you guys won, kicking the field goal in the last 3 seconds, how do you feel like the team still remaining in the top 4 in the college?
Why wouldn't it? We're undefeated. We're undefeated. We finish every game. Everybody else in the country has not finished at least one game. We finished every one of them. I think isn't that the object? Isn't that the object?
Yes, sir.
Last question.
Yeah.
I know you wanted to move on from Jimmy. Any concern, like just putting your hand on the
Yeah, I don't think you realize he's caught it's tight at the moment. Don't. That's what, hey, you get emotion, you play, man. He didn't realize he thought he could snap the ball. And it was the kind of play we had was based off a quick run up the line, snap the ball. That's what it was based on. I mean, I'm not an expert, I don't know.
He didn't say anything when he got back inside.
Who?
James.
No, he didn't even remember. And I got to tell our player, when I yell at our players, 5 minutes later, I don't remember who we yelled at. You know what I mean? You move on to the next thing. He was just in a play, just making a play, and they knew that that was his job to get up there and go set up and snap the ball and get the ball out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just wondering from the Southern California, don't take it that way.
Oh, I know. But no, they did a good job on that from that standpoint. I mean, I think they understood what was going on. Those guys handled that part of the game. They managed the game itself. That's why I thought very good. Let me do the very best job.
Thanks, guys.